Hey, look, if y'all want a dribble tutorial, bro, I need like 500 likes on this video. I don't know how y'all gonna do it, but make it happen. 500 likes, all right? 500 likes. I dropped the dribble tutorial and it says.
Yeah, the adrenaline's not just for dribbling. If they're using turbo, when you hit that turbo button, you're using adrenaline.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all did it. I didn't expect you to do it, but you did it. So look, check me out. Look, I'm not a tutorialer, okay? But listen, you're gonna learn. Everything I'm doing right here, you're gonna learn. Y'all wanted it. Y'all wanted the SIGS. Y'all wanted the dribble moves. Well, here y'all go. Listen, bruh. Y'all see the length of this video. I'm going to be talking, but y'all are going to learn everything I'm doing. If you want to get around this court, if you want to move like me, shit. If you want to move better than me, go ahead, bro. Hit the like button on this video, sub up, enjoy this one, because you're probably gonna have to watch this tutorial back a couple times. You spend one full day with this tutorial, I promise you, you're gonna be leaving out that court looking like anybody you want to. You're gonna be moving. Now, speaking of moving, these dribble moves do not cost any adrenaline boost. As you can see, I got one boost and it'll never go down. I have no stamina and I can still do whatever I want, y'all. I know y'all be saying, hey, this dribbling don't got no purpose. These steeds are dribbling. It got a purpose now. Bitch, this is the purpose. Now look, I'm pretty long-winded. This is a long video, so I have it set up in the chapters to where you can learn any specific move that you want to. So you could skip around this joint, you can start at the end and go forward, but every move I show you in this video is every single move that I do in the game. There's not a single thing I'm gatekeeping or holding out from y'all. Now here we go. I need to preface this. I know a lot of y'all like to use the Gatorade facility when y'all watch tutorials, and you like to be in the my court on current gen. Look, do not do that. All right, you can if you want to, but I don't like it because you run out of stamina. It's annoying. So I go ahead and screenshot my attributes, go to the main menu, create a brand new player in the creator roster. If you know how to do that, just go to the settings, go to the options, and you can create a player and put on your exact same attributes and badges. Y'all, please make sure y'all do this, bro. You would look, it takes like 5 minutes to do. All you gotta do is do it once and you will never regret doing this. So once you got your player, go ahead, copy him onto a team. If the team has 15 players, if it says that's too many, literally just remove somebody from the roster and go ahead and assign your player to a team. It doesn't matter what team, just make sure when you do it, you give him minutes, and then you're good, y'all. You're good. You can go into the blacktop, do change roster, go to the roster that you just created, and then once you go that, you see, boom, it's gonna say please wait, all that. You back out, go to 2K, you go to freestyle, and ladies and gentlemen, you're good. Your player will be right there. As y'all can see, it's lab time, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get into the tutorial, man. Hit that sub button for me, hit that like button for me. I'm out. Alright, look, so now that we in here, man, we're gonna get straight to the tutorial, man. We got all the prerequisites out the way. You skipped into the video, which I know you did. I know you skipped into the video, and you don't know how I got here with my player. Go ahead and run the video back. This is very important. Yes, you can dribble around in the Gatorade facility if you want. I wouldn't recommend it because not only do you lose stamina, but you lose adrenaline boost, and I don't think anybody wants to deal with that. Plus, for all the dribble moves that we're gonna do, and you're gonna want a decent amount of space to do it in. Now, if you go ahead and look at the top right of the screen, I mean, you can't miss it. There's a big ass controller. You're probably like, what's that? If you're not a dribbler, I'll explain it to you. So what this is a controller cam. For some reason, people call it a hand cam. Doesn't really make sense. It's a 2K thing. I'm sorry. But basically, all my inputs that I do, as you can see, they're right here. So if I flick my stick to the right, you see it literally. It's super responsive literally as I'm doing it. These are for the visual learners. So if you can't learn just by looking at my player, you can go ahead and literally mute the video. You can mute the video, slow down the video, and look at the actual hand cam. Like a lot of the stuff I'm going to be doing out, you'll hear me say 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock. You'll hear me say things like that. And if you just don't know what that means, I'm talking about hands on a clock. Let's pull up a picture of a clock. This is exactly what I mean. Just to put things in perspective, I have almost 120 hours played on NBA 2K23. So if you don't get the same results I get, it's most likely because you haven't put in the same amount of time. But I promise you, after you finish this video, bro, you're gonna understand everything. Now, the first move I want to really get y'all into, and these are what I like to call combo starters. So for this first part of the tutorial, we're literally just going to get into how to start my combo. So what I like to do, right, we call this the pullback. So to do the pullback, all you're gonna do is hold the right trigger, flick your right stick up just like this. You're gonna flick it up, and after you flick your right stick up, you're gonna flick your left stick down. So when I say down, that means 6 o'clock. So it's gonna look something like this. Boom, boom, boom. It's a super easy move to do, y'all. So if you can do this move like 5 times in a row, you know you'll have it down, just on point. But just work with it, just keep doing it. Every move that you guys see me doing this tutorial, bro, even though I'm gonna move on to the next move, that does not mean you have to. What I want you guys to do is, if you can do the move 10 times in a row, that's how you know you've got it. So if you can do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times in a row, that means you really got it down. Okay, if you're a beginner, just try that. That's what I like to do before I like to move on to the next moves, because dribble tutorials can get super overwhelming. You'll learn one move and then you'll skip through, learn something like this, and you'll completely skip the basics, and that's just what you don't want to do. All right, don't skip the basics. Now the next move I'm gonna get into is a completely different combo starter. Okay, it looks something like this, right? This is called the momentum. I'm sure you guys seen people do this move before. Very popular move, probably the most popular dribble move in 2K. Every year it gets more and more useless, but this year it actually has a use. You can start a lot of your combos with it. So to do the momentum, it's actually pretty simple. For this one, I would suggest you guys look at the controller cam and not listen to what I'm saying, because it can get kind of confusing. So to initiate the momentum crossover, okay, you're gonna make sure you hold your sprint button. Now I've tried to do it without the sprint button. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It really doesn't matter. You can use the sprint, it won't use an adrenaline boost. So all you're gonna do is hold sprint, and say the ball is in your left hand, you're gonna flick your right stick to the opposite ball hand, which for us is gonna be to the right. All right, so it's gonna look like that. But instead of us just flicking our right stick, after we flick our right stick, we're gonna flick our left stick to the same exact angle. So it's gonna look like this. All right, you might get something like this, like see this right here. All that means is we're not doing it fast enough. So we want to kind of do it like boom, boom. So if you look at the controller cam, boom, boom. See how I'm holding it? See how I'm holding my left stick a little longer? I'm doing a flick on the right, but a hold on the left. And sometimes you're gonna get that crossover, and that's okay, bro. If you get that tween, it doesn't really mean you're doing anything wrong. Technically, it means you're doing the inputs correctly. Like, see how I'm getting that a couple times? I'll get it behind that back a couple of times. The momentum is a really weird move, but you know you'll have it right. If you can do it like 3 times, 4 times, can I get it 5 times? Can I get it 6, 7? Boom. All right, look, so I did it 7 times in a row. You want to work that. To do it on the opposite side, you literally flip the controls. Now the next move we're going to get into is the basic one spin. So this is probably the biggest part of the tutorial. This is probably what everybody's so focused on. This move right here. So the basic one spin is a really crazy move that you guys see me do a lot, and you've probably seen other people do in the park. It looks a little like this. This is the spin move. This is how it works. The basic one spin has been in the game for a while, but it has some really interesting properties that can help you create a lot of space. So if we take our momentum dribble, let's say the ball's in our left hand, we do a momentum to the right, we flick our stick clockwise going 3 o'clock all the way down to 6. So here we go. Just look at my stick. Just pay attention to my, I made that? What the fuck? So just pay attention to my stick. Okay, so look, this would be 3 o'clock right here. We're going to do a circular motion just like that. All right, so it's a quarter circle. Literally, we're going from 3 o'clock down to 6. Now watch what I do, y'all. Momentum, 3 o'clock down to 6, just like that. And that sends our player backwards. See, y'all, and I don't want y'all to get discouraged, okay? Like, I know a lot of y'all are gonna mess up right here. Don't be too quick, but also don't be too slow. Let the animation play out. You don't have to be the fastest person possible, because look, I'll show you what happens if you do it too fast. If you do it too fast, you're gonna get something like this, or you may get something like that. You may get something like this. Sometimes you'll mess up. Sometimes you'll get something like that. That's okay. Now, to do the basic one spin on the other side, it is the exact same thing. All you want to do is, so since I'm left-handed, it's a little awkward to do controls like going 9 to 6. Like, it feels super weird. So what you can actually do is you can go counterclockwise 12 to 9. So I'll show you guys real quick. If I go ahead and do a momentum and go 12 to 9, as you can see, I get the same momentum spin just on the other side. But I want you guys to lab this basic one spin and understand you can do any move, any moving move and you do that spin out of it, it'll all send you backwards. So I'll show you guys all the different ways you can basic one spin. So off the rip, we got out of the crossover, out of the between the legs, you can basic one spin. Out the step back, you can basic one. And what I like to do is out the momentum, you can basic one. Now the next thing we're getting into is the LUKA Doncic HESI. This right here, it just goes hand in hand. You see a lot of my clips finishing with this hesitation. This hesitation is beautiful because not only does it create that space, look at that space it creates, but you can shoot directly out of it. It doesn't matter if you let the animation finish, and it also doesn't matter if you fully interrupt the animation. You can shoot out of this and it creates a lot of space. Like, I want you guys to just look. I'm gonna start the animation at the line. Look at that. I want you guys to just look. When you're mixing them with all these other moves, it becomes a whole different game. Just look at that, y'all. It's insane. Now to do this move is pretty easy. All you're literally gonna do is flick your right stick down. Now you can do this while you're sprinting. You can sprint and do it. You could not sprint and do it. But as long as you're going any sort of sideways direction, just flick your right stick down and you will be able to do this move. It's super easy. Now let's get into the crossover. Now I know a lot of you guys are like, Stax, I know how to do the crossover. Boom, this is how you do a crossover. No, that's not the type of crossover we're talking about. If you look at any of my clips that you've seen in the beginning of the video, you guys will see I'm doing this little power cross just like that. You guys see that crossover? Now by itself, it doesn't really look like anything crazy. Like if I'm going down the court and I go ahead and do this crossover, I don't really go anywhere. See, but when we get the movement in it, just look at that. It becomes a completely different move. It's one of the most deadliest moves in this game, and it all connects with all the moves I'm teaching you. So to do this move, it's very easy. All you have to do is just move forward and flick your right stick up, meaning you flick it 12 o'clock. And so if you look on your clock, 12 o'clock, midnight, you guys understand it's directly up. That's all you got to do. And all it does is switch your ball hand. If the ball's in your right hand, you flick it up, boom, it'll be in your left hand. If it's in your left hand, you flick it up, boom, it'll be in your right hand. It's pretty easy. Now what I want you guys to do is practice doing the basic one spin out of the crossover. Okay, now this move I can't really explain fully, but you kind of gotta just, I don't know, just use your brain. Just use your brain, y'all. Just focus on doing this move right here. Don't add anything onto it. Just do this move, do this basic one spin out of the crossover. Now we're gonna add another layer to that, y'all. Once you guys have gotten your crossover into the basic one, we are going to add in the LUKA step back. So it's gonna look like this: boom, boom, bow. Literally, that's how it looks. So let's say you're in a real game and you want to shoot the ball, right? You want to get open for a three. Boom, boom, boom. You got more space than you ever knew you had. Now all you have to do with this move is, once you do the spin, you don't have to hold any sort of triggers. You don't have to do anything with your left stick. Literally, all you're gonna do is, after you do the spin, flick your right stick down, and your player will automatically go into this animation, and that is what you want, ladies and gentlemen. And that's really all most players ever really need, something to get open for a three. Now keep in mind, like I said in the intro, everything I'm teaching you guys does not use an adrenaline boost, meaning you can do these moves for as long as you want. Literally, I'll pull up a clip. I can do these moves over and over and over again, even when my stamina is blinking, and I will not dribble any slower. There's nothing anybody can do from stop me from getting to the basket. And even when I do feel like speed boosting, I still have 3 adrenaline boosts that I can use to my own, however I want to use them. I know people say Steezo dribbling has no purpose. Well, here you go, nigga. Here's the purpose. Now that you guys have the starter to the combo all figured out, we're gonna get into something called connectors. Now this is when things can get difficult. This is when we reach a more of an advanced level. Please don't be intimidated by the name connectors. That's just the simplest way to describe what these moves are. What they do is connect one dribble move to the other. So you're probably like, okay, Stax, I've done this move, now somebody's guarding me. What do I do? Is that the end of the combo? Do I fold? No. This is what you do. So look, to even keep the combo going, you guys see what I'm doing right here? Look. Even when up, I've done the LUKA, but he might be there. It's okay. I can keep dribbling. These are the connectors. This is the type of stuff that you guys need to learn to be able to dribble forever. Now, all we're gonna do right here, you don't have to do the full combo. You can literally practice it straight out of the LUKA. All I want you guys to do is do the LUKA step back, and I want you guys to move your left stick to the opposite ball hand. So look, I'm gonna show you guys. When I do the LUKA like this, Look at my controller cam. All I'm gonna do, guys, literally all I'm gonna do is move my left stick over here. So if the ball's on my left, I'm gonna move my left stick to the right. So it's gonna look like this, y'all. It's gonna look like this. I'm gonna do the LUKA, and just like that. That's a connector. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can do that, you are an elite tier dribbler. That's literally all you have to do. All I'm doing is switching ball hands, and I can get directly back into the movement, and I'm not even touching the trigger. Look at the top right. If y'all don't believe me, I'm not touching the trigger. I'm not doing anything with the trigger. I can literally do whatever moves I want to. This is movement, y'all. This is how you move. So we're gonna take it from the top. All right, we're gonna do our optimal combo. Boom, just like that. Say they're there, we do our connector, and we can do another crossover. I want you guys to practice this. Practice this. You can do this move infinitely. Infinitely, y'all. Look. Boom. Now I know I'm making it look easy, but ladies and gentlemen, it is really easy. If you can do that combo, you can do it infinitely. That is how you continue the combo, and ladies and gentlemen, that is a connector. Now we're getting into something a little more on the difficult side, but trust me, if you got into this portion of the tutorial and haven't given up yet, this will be pretty easy for you. So I'm sure you guys have seen me do this move before. It's actually pretty simple. That right there, this half spin that I do. So when I do my basic one, sometimes I'll do a half spin out of that. It is exactly what it sounds like. It is a half spin, but instead of doing it forward, you're doing it backwards. So right here, this is where it can get confusing, and this is why I say you should be on a full court. Now if I dribble backwards, you see how the ball will be in my left hand, but it's going to be on the right side. So if the ball is going to be in your left hand, what you're going to do is rotate your right stick clockwise from 3 all the way down to 6 o'clock, and it's going to look like this. Remember, ball is going to be in my left hand while I'm running backwards. Look at this. Boom. I want you guys to try that. Just run back and do that move. Okay, just run back. It's very simple. I promise you, do not overthink it. Okay, don't do any combos into it. Even if you're a good dribbler, you don't know how to do this move, this is how you learn it. Run back and do the spin, and you see how it'll send you forward. Just like that. That's what we want, ladies and gentlemen. So to do it on the other side, say the ball's in the other hand and you want to do it on this side, literally all you do is just flip the input. So what I like to do is I like to spin my stick counterclockwise from 12 o'clock all the way to 9 o'clock. So it's going to look something like that. When I do my basic one spin, I'll go ahead and do that, and they'll give me it on the other side. Now you're probably like, Stacks, what does this lead into? So you take another move that I use, right? So we do our momentum into the spin, into the connector, right into the movement, ladies and gentlemen. And just like that, every move you see me do right here, right now, I literally taught you guys in the tutorial, just like that, y'all. You see how everything goes together, everything combines, everything fits. So what I've just taught you, ladies and gentlemen, is how to add longevity to your combos. You literally use everything that I've taught you guys in this tutorial to your advantage. Look how everything, you see how all the moves go with each other. Every move I'm doing right now has been taught to you guys in this tutorial. Every single move, from spins to crossovers, spin backs, crossovers into spin backs, tween, here we go, double spin, just like that, boom, into the shot. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro, this isn't rocket science. It just takes a little bit of patience, and if you guys are patient, I promise you, you'll get it. Get in this shoot around. Forget the Gatorade facility. You don't want to worry about that. The Gatorade facility is trash, okay? Stop using it. And if you're on current gen, you don't have to use the mypark either. You can do this exact same method. So with everything that I've taught you in this game, okay, every dribble move that we've done is everything that you guys are seeing right here. I'm not doing a single move that I haven't taught you guys at least once. So what I like to do is, right, while I'm dribbling, I'm gonna leave this uncut too, because I just want you guys to see how this happens. This is what it's like when you lab up, okay? If you can't do everything I'm doing, it's literally because you have not taken the time to lab. You just learned it. Now it's about what kind of combos you guys should practice. So at this point in time, okay, what I want you guys to do is watch this tutorial over and over and over and over again. And when I teach you guys these combos, I'm trying to tell you, you should be fine.